Hi everybody, I'm Ron Cantor and you're watching Out of Zion on God TV. I'm standing on the Mount of Olives. This is the place that not only Yeshua taught so many wonderful things, including his whole end time scenario in Matthew chapter 24, but this is where he's going to return. Behind me is the old city of Jerusalem. And you can see the gate over there. That is called the Golden Gate. And we believe that that is where Yeshua, Jesus, is going to walk through and set up his kingdom. About 500 years ago, there was a guy by the name of Suleiman the Magnificent. And no, he was not a magician. He was actually an Ottoman ruler. And what he did, he was a little nervous. And he said, you know what? I don't want any Jewish guy coming in here pretending to be the Messiah and walking through that gate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal up the gate. And what's more, we're going to put a graveyard, a cemetery in front of the gate because no Orthodox Jew could walk over dead bodies without becoming unclean. And in heaven, I don't think God panicked. I don't think God, turned to Yeshua and said, oh no, we didn't know he was going to do that. In fact, God knew that Suleiman would do that long before. In fact, we can read in the book of Zechariah that God already pre-planned for the tricks of Suleiman the Magnificent. Just after judgment comes on Jerusalem, the Lord returns to fight for the Jewish nation. It says in verse 3 of chapter 14, "Then the Lord will go out and fight against those nations as he fights in the day of battle." He's going to fight against the nations that attack Israel. And then verse 4 says, "On that day his feet will stand right here on the Mount of Olives." Can you imagine that? Jesus is coming back right here where I'm standing. Maybe a little to the left or to the right, I'm not sure, but it's right in this area. And it says when he comes back, east of Jerusalem, and the Mount of Olives will be split in two from east to west, forming a great valley with half of the mountain moving north and half moving south. Isn't that amazing? God knew long before there was anybody by the name of Suleiman the Magnificent that he was going to try and mess up God's plan. He said, you know what? I will send an earthquake. Half will go one way, half will go the other way, and the Messiah, Jesus, will walk into Jerusalem and be crowned as king. Now, if we keep reading in verse 9, Hebrew, it says, this is something that I remember from growing up in the synagogue. We would sing it every single week. V'yom ha'u yi'eh Adonai echad. Verse 9 says, the Lord will be king over all the earth. On that day there will be one Lord, and his name shall be one. Make sure you visit God.tv so you never miss one of our episodes. And you can find me at roncantor.com. Shalom from the land of Israel.